Right, well, I just really would quite like this season to be over. Hello and welcome back to the final part of Careering Onwards, Season 3, which is now, of course, at Leicester City, and, well, I mean, maybe it was a bad decision. Last time, it looked like a really good decision. Things had improved considerably, but since last episode, it's been pretty disastrous. Let's just get straight into it then before we play the final two games of the season, then just sort of fly through the end of season stuff, and then I can just get on with the summer, which will involve me basically just transfer listing the entire team and getting in new players who are actually not completely useless. So we started things off after last episode with a 1-0 defeat to Middlesbrough. It wasn't awful. We didn't play absolutely awfully. In fact, we completely dominated the game and got FM'd. If you look at the stats, no clear-cut chances, but yeah, not really very good. We then drew 0-0 with Hull, which was disappointing because they are lower than us in the table and despite our poor form still are. A 3-1 defeat to Millwall, which really completely ended any sort of playoff challenge whatsoever. Really very, 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 very bad. The only win since last time was a 2-1 win against Wigan. We didn't really turn up in the first half, but we recovered quite well. Goals from Ndidi and Balde to give us the win, but since then it's just been dreadful. The 1-0 defeat to Stoke, and then a 2-1 defeat to Norwich City. Hamza Chowdhury getting himself very stupidly sent off in the 29th minute. So we are going to achieve our objective more or less, but our job is only stable and we are only on a C+. Team morale is now apparently absolutely abysmal. I'm not really sure quite why it's that bad, unless they just heard what I just said about them all being transfer listed. Let's do a team meeting. Really keen to ensure heads don't drop. That's made a massive difference, hasn't it? We've gone from abysmal to still abysmal. Oh wait, no, now it's just very poor. I mean, things were going really well. Like all the average ratings were really, really good, but I think I don't know, but we've sort of taken a massive dip. I think injuries have been part of it. Pereira's been injured, and then James Justin got injured. We've been playing Corchia, and he's been absolutely just dreadful. Ian Acho's form's hit a cliff, and then obviously we don't have Josh King anymore, so we've got Zaza, who's completely and utterly useless. Quite a few other injuries as well. Soyonch, who's been really quite tired. We've lost Keita Balde to injury now as well. Charlie Taylor's been injured too, and it's just been an unmitigated disaster. And I just let's get through these two games, hopefully with a bit of pride intact. Hopefully the board don't sack us, and then we can then rebuild. We were looking quite good to at least finish above Cambridge, but that's going to be a tall order now. That's going to be a tall order. They have fallen away, so they at least are not going to get promoted to the Premier League. We're at least not going to suffer the indignity of that. So Blackburn Rovers then, first and foremost, they are, of course, they're in third. They're in the hunt for playoffs. I don't think they can get automatic promotion. No, that's not looking particularly likely. They still can, but I don't think it's particularly likely given the gap back to West Brom. But they're certainly going to be hungry for a win today. Right then, team for this one, I mean, I might as well just put out the kids because it's not going to really make any sort of difference. Pryor's going to be in goal. He is being replaced in the summer. The defence is De Winter, Mustafi. Kabasele's coming in for his first game because Soyuncu is just too tired. Korcha is there as well, and Didi, Krunic and Pratt because Chowdhury is suspended. Perez is on the right. Johnny's on the left, Ian Acho's up top. I want to replace every single one of them. I just have a feeling this is going to go very, very badly. I really don't know why we've just become so bad pretty much since the Derby County game. And I don't know why the dressing room morale is so low. Maybe we officially couldn't be in the playoffs or something. Not sure. But, you know, they've lost so many games before this season. They should be used to it by now. It shouldn't affect them that much. I mean, the thing is, if we can just win both our games, we could finish relatively high up. Not in the playoffs, but relatively high up. It's not going to happen though, because we are just completely woeful apparently now in every area. We were looking really good for a time, but I guess that was just sort of a false dawn. Lewis Holtby on the left hand side. It's come to Brereton, who's just nodded it wide. And at half time it's 0-0, which I'll take all day long if we can keep this up until full time. I mean, we're into the final few minutes. Nothing has happened in this second half whatsoever until Blackburn are now about to score, are they? No, but it's a penalty, and Kabasele on his first game for me gives away a penalty, concluding it will be the last game he will play for me. And having been on for a pretty creditable draw, we have just completely binned it off with a penalty conceded late on. How stupid can you possibly be? I'm not going to make a substitution. There's no time. There's no point. I'm not. Mark Bonner says, well done. That was a good effort. We'll go that because we need to try and recover morale in the dressing room. But that wasn't good at all. I mean, I feel like we're going to get sacked. We're stable. I mean, we are still on for mid-table, I guess. But are we? What counts is not mid-table. We can't finish any lower than 16th. Is that mid-table? I guess it is. It's not exactly an improvement on where we found them in. I'm not doing the press conference, Mark. You can do that one. We've got 9 days until we play Nottingham Forest, who actually are a team worse than we are. Oh, I don't want to be Nathan Jones. I don't want to be Owen Coyle. Well, look where it's got us. Look where we are now. We cannot finish above Cambridge United. They've done better without us than we've done without them. I mean, just some of the players that have been bought by the AI, I have to say, are absolutely woeful. I mean, Kabasele, he's not even a championship defender. Never mind a defender for a team who wants to get out of the championship. Well, there we are then. West Brom and Huddersfield are back in the Premier League. It's going to be a long time before this team is back, and at this rate, it's probably not even going to be with us in charge. Right then, final day, and we are at least, if nothing else, going to be put out of our misery. Chowdhury is still suspended, even though it told me a few days ago he wasn't. We don't really have any other midfielders that can go there, so just shove Mikel San Jose in there. Why not? I mean, why not? Charlie Taylor at least is able to be back for this one. So is Ricardo Pereira. That's at least something. Unfortunately, they were injured when we needed them most, and it's going to be the final game for pretty much everybody on the pitch, you would think. If we can keep Ndidi and Pratt, that would be good. I don't know if they're going to necessarily want to stay. We'll probably keep Charlie Taylor. Soyuncu, I mean, I wanted to keep him, but I'm not really bothered anymore, given some of his recent performances. So there you go. There's the team. Let's just go out. Can we at least avoid defeat against a team who are probably going to get relegated? That would be good. Massively defensive from Nottingham Forest. They actually think that they might be sort of, defeated by us in the appalling end of season form that we've been in. I think these players are just, they weren't good enough to keep Leicester in the Premier League. They weren't good enough to get them back last season. They're not good enough this season. We've got a penalty. Mikel San Jose is going to take it. No, he's not. Not if I have anything to do about it, unless he is actually quite good. He probably is the best at taking them. Or do we give it to Iheanacho? We're going to give it to Iheanacho, which is probably a stupid idea. But my thinking is, if he scores this, his confidence is going to be restored. He has just about scored it. That was not very convincing, but he did get it in. Knocked in by Samba in the Forest goal, but they all count. He nearly missed that one, but he's got it. He's broken his goal drought. Hopefully now his confidence can be restored. We're actually leading a game for the first time since we played Wigan, and that felt like a long time ago. Johnny with the corner in. There you go. See? Managerial genius. We finally get a bit of luck. We get a penalty, finally. Give it to Iheanacho. Gets his first. Now he's got his second. 2-0 up. Well, this is good. I mean, it's pretty meaningless. We're up to 15th. We can't really finish much higher than that. And we can't really relegate Forest either, I don't think. João Carvalho flicks it on. I mean, that is just... What even is that? Yassine Merrier with his second of the season. I mean, it's very good. You have to say that. It's very good. But it's very bad from a defensive and goalkeeping perspective. Pryor in our goal is absolutely... He's just dreadful. Absolutely. What a waste of money he was from Jamie Vardy or whoever it was before Jamie Vardy that signed him. Completely useless signing. Definitely needs to be replaced. And are we going to throw away our lead? Not quite. Soyuncu clears it. I was all positive at the start, and that's all gone now with that sloppy defending. We're leading at half time though, 2-1. Let's keep it up. Please let's just win this. Let's just win it, and then hopefully not get sacked. Can we build from the back here? Perez with a shocking ball straight to João Carvalho. At least his finish was poor. Absolutely dreadful from Perez. He's coming off for that. That was absolutely absurd that he would even attempt that in that situation. Well, Sheffield United presumably are losing, so we've squeaked our way into 14th, which is an improvement on where we were when we took over, but not as much as I was kind of hoping for. If some of our recent results had gone relatively well, we could have made it in the playoffs, but we're not going to. Joe Lolly knocks over, and time is ticking away on the game and on the season. Can we please at least hold out and end it with a win? That would be something. I think we're going to. Indeed, we are 2-1. A 2-1 win against a team who nearly got themselves relegated. That was a bit of a let-off, but we're not going to say that. Well done, boys. That was a good win. We'll just lie to them and tell them they played well. Even though they did not. Cambridge draw on the last day of the season. They are absolutely safe, largely due to the good work that we did. And in the end, we do only finish 2 points behind them, which is not awful, considering where Leicester were when we got them. Not just in terms of league position, but in terms of sort of morale. Then, we've improved. We finished 13th. We've improved by, 5 places? And the morale, we've improved, up to poor. That's quite good. It's not just us in isolation. We're reliant on what everyone else does. And if everyone else improves, and if everyone else doesn't do too badly, then, we have to do exceptionally well in order to improve. And clearly the squad had got themselves into that situation down at the bottom of the table. It's not going to take one transfer window to turn it around. The fact that we finished 13th, I think, is actually pretty good, given the situation that we took over in. So West Brom win the championship. Well done to them. Norwich secure a playoff place. And I'm just going to no comment to everything really, apart from that one. Well done. I love Iheanacho. I love it more when he scores. But there we go then. We've had to pay Newcastle £500,000 for Iosi Perez, even though he is absolutely dreadful, so that's annoying. But at least Iheanacho did score a goal, and that's something. So let's just go forward to the end of season stuff, make sure we're not going to get sacked by the board, and then I'm just going to go away and, as I've said, sell every single one of them for the most part, and let's just completely rebuild for next season with players who are actually good and actually want to play for the team and actually want to try and get promoted. We've released basically the entire youth intake because they were absolutely dreadful, and the board have set the budget for next season £1.9 million per week in the wage budget and a transfer budget of £12 million, which is what we had anyway. £502,000 of spare wage budget is pretty ridiculous at this level, and we should hopefully make a bit of cash back from some of the sales that we're going to make. We're going to need to sell to buy, really, I think, because, that's a pretty massive black hole in the finances. I mean, we could just leave, couldn't we? Leipzig, Napoli, they're available. No, we're going to stay. We're going to fight. I'm determined. I think we can definitely get ourselves promoted. Just we need a whole summer of preparation and get rid of some of the deadwood, and then I think we can have a real go of it next season. And of course, if we don't have a real go of it next season, we're definitely going to get sacked. Right then, overall best 11. I mean, look at that. That's past glory, if ever I saw it. Team of the season, not much influence from us, although it is at least our formation, I suppose. That's something. Chowdhury gets young player of the season. Signing of the season is Charlie Taylor, which says a lot about Jamie Vardy's signings. Wilfred Ndidi gets player of the season, which I think is probably just about fair. And yeah, clearly the board's expectation for next season is to win promotion by winning the league. I'm going to see if I can negotiate this down. No, it's completely fixed. Right, fine. Confirmed. Let's just get out of here. So there we go. We need a massive summer, otherwise we're going to be having to find ourselves a new job before we are sacked. End of season team meeting. What do we want to do next season? I think we have to go up as champions. We should be. I don't know why we've been so bad. Facilities have been downgraded. We can't afford to improve them. Apparently 12 clean sheets is a record from Jerome Pryor. I mean, I guess because everyone else has been so bad in the 2 previous seasons. We don't have to pay any taxes because we didn't make any money, which is great. Commercial summary. Sponsorship's gone down by quite a lot compared to last season. Still not awful though. Those are the top selling shirts. We at least Keita Balde brought in some shirt sales, if nothing else. And Top injects £24 million to cover the old financial debt. So we're up to 35k. That's at least a little bit more healthy. We're not going to get any more of it to spend, I don't think, but at least we're not in crippling debt anymore. That's good. And that's really all there is to say about that. One season shootout. Can we get promoted to the Premier League, hopefully as champions. I think they'll probably let us off if we finish second, but if we don't, then, well, we're going to have to find ourselves a new job at the end of next season, and that's assuming we are at least competitive until then, because if not, then we'll be having to find ourselves a new job considerably sooner than that. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching what has been a typically brilliant end of season collapse. I hope you enjoyed it at least slightly more than I did. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and make sure you subscribe as well, in time for next season, where we will hopefully have a squad capable of winning promotion.